just a bit.
Tonight, we continue to investigate what happens after the police tape is removed and new owners are allowed in after a meth bust.
That's right. Last night we told you how some homeowners aren't being told about their new home's history, even though state law requires that. Now, back in 2008, another law was passed requiring that meth houses be reported to the state and put on a list. But as we discovered, confusion has left many of those houses off that list. Our Stephen Albritton investigates.
It shouldn't happen. But moving into a new home and later finding out it was a former meth lab is the scary reality some homeowners are facing. It's supposed to be as simple as clicking a mouse. Checking the DEQ website for contaminated homes, even after nearly 60 busts in Acadiana in 5 years and more than 20 in Lafayette Parish, none are listed. Why? Well, 2 weeks ago, deputies told us since the labs they find are small, they are cleaned immediately.
You have outside that container are all the household chemicals that are used, but everything else is contained pretty much in the bottle. That is neutralized and removed from the scene. Everything else is removed from the scene, so it's deemed no contamination at that point.
But DEQ disagrees. Any site ruled a meth lab by law enforcement must be reported no matter the size. Fast forward to this week, officials changed their tune, saying they are working to become more compliant with the law.
What we're working on right now is, from my understanding, is try to perhaps notify them either immediately thereafter the scene, just so they'll be notified. But of course, we got to understand there's a criminal investigation that's going on too. So it's kind of use our judgment on when to do it, although we know we have to do it.
DEQ says removing chemicals is one thing, but it takes an extra step from homeowners for it to come off the list. From the rare super lab down to the small one-pot lab, which you can see all of the ingredients for right here. All of them produce poisonous gases, and where that lab was found, it needs to be remediated.
And to do that, it can only be decontaminated by professionals in hazmat gear.
What happens is people think, oh, the police cleaned the place, so now it's safe. It's not cleaned, it's cleaned up of the precursors in the active meth pots. It's not safe for someone to go in there, it's not safe for someone to live in there.
Larry Douglas of Xtreme Cleaners says simply removing the materials isn't enough to decontaminate the site. Meth exposure can lead to respiratory problems and possibly skin rashes. No matter the size of the lab, it's a 3 to 4 day process to make the home totally safe again.
So do you suspect there's probably quite a few people out there living in homes that haven't been remediated properly?
I mean, I know there are, because if we've done 15 meth labs in the last 9 to 10 days and we've been called on one to even go out and test it, people aren't remediating the homes. And so I think there's just a lack of understanding what the laws are and a lack of understanding that the effects that a meth can have on a family, children, and such.
In Lafayette, Stephen Albritton, KATC TV3.
Now, since we started this investigation, both the City of Scott and Lafayette Parish signed contracts with Xtreme Cleaners to clean all their busted meth labs. But it's still up to the homeowners to get their home back up to code. And for more information on that process, you can head over to KATC.com.
Taking a look at news.